In this video, we're going to review the method of solving two-step equations. So the steps of solving two-step equations are: first, find out what was done to the variable side last. That's a little bit confusing right now. Through the examples, hopefully that will make sense. We're going to do the opposite of that to both sides. That will be our first step. And after that, when you simplify, you should have a one-step equation. Only one math operation will need to be done in order to solve for the variable. So let's go through an example here of that, what is being done to the variable side last. Using order of operations, if we were to solve for this expression over here, let's say if we know that y is equal to 3, we would have 2 times 3 plus 6. And in order to perform this math, we would multiply the 2 and the 3 first, and we would add the 6 last. That's why we referred to the addition of 6 in this case to be the thing that was done last. So that's the thing that we want to perform the opposite operation on first. We want to get rid of that plus 6. So by subtracting 6 from both sides, that will cancel this one out. And we will be left with 2y is equal to positive 6. Now, this looks like a one-step equation, and it is. We have y being multiplied by 2. We can cancel that out by dividing it by 2, but we also have to divide the other side by 2. And we're left with y is equal to 6 divided by 2, or y is equal to 3. So first step was to subtract 6 from both sides. Second step was to divide both sides by 2. All right, let's take a look at 4 problem examples. The first is very similar. 3x plus 5 is equal to 17. And we could see that, much like in the previous example, 5 is being added to the side with the x. We can simplify this by subtracting 5 from both sides. Cancels this out, and we would be left with 3x is equal to 17 minus 5, which is 12. Now we have a familiar one-step equation. Change my color here to show that next operation. We want to divide both sides by 3 because x is being multiplied by 3. And we know if we do that, that will cancel that out and leave us with x all by itself, which is the goal of this process, to get x all by itself. And x is equal to 4 would be our answer. Let's take a look at the next problem. X divided by 4 plus 3 is equal to 2. Once again, we are going to subtract from both sides. In this case, we're going to subtract 3 to cancel that addition of 3 out. And we have x divided by 4 is equal to negative 1. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Now, this is different. We haven't seen this too often. X is being divided by 4. Change my color again here. In order to cancel that out, we're going to have to multiply by 4. The opposite of division is multiplication. So let's multiply both sides by 4. Cancels that out, and we get x is equal to negative 4. Let's test that answer, because whenever there's a negative involved, you might be a little bit less confident in your answer. So in this equation up here, x divided by 4 plus 3 equals 2. Let's replace x with negative 4. Negative 4 divided by positive 4 plus 3. And we want to know, does that equal 2? If it does, then our answer is correct. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1 plus 3 equals 2. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. 2 equals 2. That's true. Therefore, we have the correct answer. We have proven that that must be correct. All right, let's move on to question 3. We've got decimals here, but the process is the same. You're just probably going to want to use a calculator if you can, but we are going to almost always in a problem like this add or subtract first. If the equation is adding, we're going to subtract. We're going to subtract 1.7 from both sides. So when we do that, this cancels out. 3.2x, 3.2x is equal to 6.4. And then we're left with our one-step equation. And we will divide by what x is being multiplied by, which is 3.2. Both sides. That cancels this out and leaves us with x is equal to 2, positive 2. All right, last problem. 2x minus 3.4 equals negative 1.8. Since we're subtracting 3.4, we should add 3.4 to both sides. That cancels this out. We have 2x on the left-hand side and negative 1.8 plus 3.4 in your calculator should give you a positive 1.6. And then finally, we divide both sides by 2. Cancels the 2's out. X is equal to 0.8. So that just shows that it works for decimals as well, just as well as it does for integers. So that's the overview of how to solve two-step equations. Good luck with your practice.